Hi all, welcome to another RPA tutorial video. Today in this tutorial video, we are going to see how we are developing a bot end to end. So basically this is the continuation of my previous video where we have seen how the Automation Anywhere bot is generating a report using data from the SAP. So here we will do the complete development. So basically we will keep all the best practices and whatever is required to keep in a real time development. Okay, so we will see everything in detail. So this is basically a part one of the video series. So here we will mostly we will see like the concept of the master bot, and there we will use a subtask like the reading data from the configuration file, or we will follow the steps of checking and creating the folder structure, and also we will try to cover other things like log into the SAP or checking the other informations. Okay, so before start, in case if you are visiting this channel for the first time, then I would request you to kindly subscribe this channel to get more RPA related videos. Okay, so if you have already seen the video which I have uploaded recently, so in that particular video we have seen bot is performing some actions in SAP as well as in the Excel. So this is the flow diagram for the particular process which we are going to develop today. Okay, so have a look into it. So here if you see the flow, it is starting, and the bot is going to check whether template is available or not. If the template is available, then it will follow the steps. If the template is not available, then bot will stop the task. Okay, so similarly we have other conditions available in this particular process. So I'm not going with more details, you can have a look into it. Okay, now let me move on and start with the Automation Anywhere A2019. So I'm just minimizing this. I'm using Automation Anywhere Community Edition. If you have seen the previous video, okay, so there I'm using this code. So let me open the code first. So this is very straightforward code which I have created, and there I have not used anything like configuration or something. But in this tutorial, we will learn how to create a configuration file, okay, and how to pass the information from one task to another task also. So this is like, I have not added the, in fact, the error handling or the exception handling also. But in our development task, we will keep everything which is required to be a real-time project. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so I have already created a folder, so we will keep everything inside a flow folder. Okay, so it will be nice to have a particular bot related with a particular process inside a process, a folder itself. So let me click on the create a bot. So here I will put like SAP underscore report master task. And so after that I will put like V01. Okay, so the naming convention is also very, very important. So this SAP report generation will be there, and I'm keeping in this particular folder only. So let me click on the create and edit. Okay, so our master task got created. So here we need to put some comment. So I will go ahead and drag and drop it here. Okay, so I have given this. So one more thing I would like to tell you before start any development, it is like mandatory to understand the process nicely. So if you have not the proper understanding of a process which you are developing, then it will be very difficult for you to put all the informations like business logic and other things. So first you have to understand the end-to-end process. Okay, so how your process is happening manually, or how you are planning to put your bot. Okay, the second thing is you have to plan and you have to split your task or a process as much as you can. So in our requirement we will see how we can split the task. Okay, and also the other things like try to don't put anything inside the code, like hard coded information, for example the email address or a folder path. So try to read these things from the configuration file, so in case in future if the information is getting changed, so it's not required, like the code changes, so you can go ahead and put into the configuration file itself. So yeah, there are many things which we need to keep in mind while creating any bot. Okay, so we will see and we will talk about those things. So during the development I may get some more idea which I will share with you guys. After this I just want to keep some more informations like, okay, so our master bot is ready now. So now we will keep most of the information here only. So what I'm going to do here, I will use a configuration. I mean, I'm going to read the data from the configuration file in this task only. Okay, so now let me show you the configuration file. So I have created a simple configuration file. So there I have added the informations like the input folder and other things, like you can see the error log, to email, from email, the SAP user ID, and the other informations like the Excel sheet which I'm going to download from the SAP. So these are the informations available. Now we will also learn here today how to read a configuration file. Okay, so I'm going here now. I will just look for XML. So we have the XML package available in A2019, so which we will use here. So you can see here, there are many informations available inside the XML package. So we are not going to talk about everything which is available in XML package. So mostly we will see how we can read the data from a configuration file. So to read the configuration file, you have to first start the session. Okay, so once you start the session, here we need to put the path. So I'm just going, sorry, I have selected the wrong one. Okay, so now I will select this desktop. Okay, so I have added this now. So this I will keep as session name as default only. Okay, after that I have to read the information from here. For example, I want to read this input file, right? So again I will go ahead and use the get single node. So there are options like multiple nodes also, but we'll go with the very straightforward method. So we will go and use this get single node, and here what I have to do, I have to put a slash, and also you have to see the your configuration file name. So I have given here as the config. Okay, so basically here we are giving the X path. So I will put like this, and after that I want to read the data from this section, which is the input. So I will put here. Okay, now after giving this, we need to assign the value into a particular variable. So here I will create a variable. I will put a variable name as input path, or let's go with the input only. I will click as create. So this value is going to assign into this particular variable. Now let's put a message box to see whether we are able to create the connections successfully, or we are reading the data from the XML or not. So I will just go ahead and select the particular variable. So this is the variable. I will click on save and I will run and we will see. Okay, so we can see the bot is able to read the data from the configuration file. Okay, so we are good. Now we will map all the information. So basically we have the template and input archive and other things. So we will talk about this folder structure little later. Okay, so first let me complete the configuration file. So I will just delete this message box and I will copy this, and instead of the input file I will use this. So we have to just add, so kindly bear with me. So I will do these things. Okay. All right, so I have done with this configuration file. Now let me quickly run and see whether we are getting any error or we are good to go next. So if you want, you can call this configuration file in a separate task also. But as like I'm passing the information from this master task to the subtask, so I have kept here only, but rest of the information I will call it from this different subtask. Okay. So here also we will put some comment so we can understand. And also it is recommended to put comment wherever you want. So as much as comment you put, it your code will be more informative and other people can also understand in case if you are absent. So in case of you're absent, so if somebody is looking into your code or anyone wants to see your code, so by looking into the comment, at least they can have some idea what you have done and what your code is exactly doing. So I'm just putting here. So we are good with this part. Now we will create a subtask to um, go with the folder structure part. So basically in this particular process, we are using these folders. So ignore this miscellaneous, we will delete that. So we are using the input folder, input archive, error log, SAP download, and the template. So basically this template folder is having the Excel, which is predefined. So let me open this. So this is the Excel which is predefined, and so basically this Excel is shared by the business team. So we have all the table name which is available here. You can see this, these are the SAP table name, and also these are the date range from which a business wants to get the data. So business can update the date here, or we can put some formula, Excel formula to also update the date. Okay, now we have the other sheets here where, like, the Mara table, the pivot. So this sheet is like a sheet which is going to use by the business. So once the bot is able to download all the data and updated data into this sheets, so later on business will use this. So once the bot will be able to download all the things, so it will send the information to the business, and business, what they have to do, they will only just do a refresh. They will do a normal refresh from this. Okay, and it will automatically populate the latest data. Okay, so now, so this template is like a fix. So whenever our bot will start, it will just copy this template and it will put into the input folder. Okay, so after putting into the input folder, bot will start processing. Then the next time once bot will start, so let's say this is your monthly report. So whenever you run the bot, so your bot will check first if the input file is having something, it will move to the archive. Okay, then again it will copy from the template, because template is my original file folder. Okay, then it will move into the input folder. So this will be the process whenever we run the bot. Now coming to the SAP download folder, so this is the SAP download folder which we have created. So in this process, as bot is downloading the Excel file from the SAP, so this is the place where bot will store the data. Okay, so whenever bot will run, it will clean this. So in case if you are running the bot, at the end it will check if this folder is blank. If it has any data, it will delete everything and it will keep only the latest data. Okay, so this one is used for that. And input archive is, again, it will move the archive folder at the input Excel. And the error log is where we will keep all the error informations, like the error screenshots or log to file and other things, we will keep it. Okay, now let's see. We will create a subtask which will check the information from this subtask, I mean this folder structure. Okay, so now I'm going to my master bot. Okay, I will close this and I will create a new bot. So we need to keep the name as same for everything. So I will just put underscore. Okay, so now we are here now. So once again, so here in community edition, we won't be able to copy paste code from any place. I mean from master task to subtask. So here I will just put some same thing. Okay, I'll put this rest of the information later. So let's move on. So this is just for the knowledge purpose. You can put it. Okay, now let's go ahead and see. So first we will start with the input folder. So I will create a logic which will check if the input folder is available, it will not do anything. If not, then it will create. So we will directly go with the if, and here we will select this. Now we have to select the conditions. Okay, so we will see file folder exists. Okay, so you can see here within under the folder we have the folder does not exist and the folder exists. We will go with this one, and we will put the path. So currently I'm just going with the current path hard coded. Later on we will replace with the variable because we are reading the data from the configuration file. Okay, so I will put this. Okay, now I will do a save. So basically bot will check if this folder does not exist, then I want my bot to create a folder. So I will go and check for a create. So here we have the folder and I will put it inside. So I will give the folder name. Okay, if it is already there, so if you want you can just replace it. Okay, before doing that, let me keep a copy of this template outside, otherwise bot will replace and delete. So we will anyway, after this folder structure bot, once it is created we will test it. Okay, so similarly I will do the same thing for other folder also. Okay, so I will just put it here. You can copy and paste it here if you want. So the next is, so I will repeat this for all the folder which we are going to use. Okay, I'm just removing these files. So now we have nothing inside the SAP download. Okay, now we are good now. So I'm just deleting everything, the folder which is already available, to test whether our bot is able to create folder structure or not. So I'm just running this code. Okay, so it runs successfully. Now let me go to the folder. Here we go. We can see here the folder structure got created. So our bot is running fine now. Okay, so this is the one bot which we have created. Now we are going to use this bot with the master bot. Okay, so yeah, for the time being I'm just creating this bot, and later on maybe in our next development session we will pass this all the information from the configuration file itself only. Okay, so we are good now. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm just opening the master bot. So here I'm just putting a comment, or okay, or let me put that folder structure bot. So I'm just putting a task and I will run this bot. So you have to select the particular bot. So I will go here and this is the folder structure bot which is available here. Okay, so we have other options available here to, like, pass the variable and other things. We will see that in upcoming session. Okay, so I'm not going in that details now. So first, the agenda for today first development session is like to make a structure of a bot. Okay, then rest of the things we can put it. Okay, once this is done, okay, now I want to log into the SAP. Okay, so because see, the thing which is required one time, for example, the login to SAP or any other applications, we can keep it in the master bot also. If you want, you can keep it in separate subtask also. So as this will be a, like, the very straightforward, so we will keep it here only. So I'm just going here and I will look for applications. Okay, so we will just open the SAP and log in, then leave it. Later on we will perform other checks which we need to do, like, the checking the input file and other stuff. Then we will use the SAP for other actions. So I will just keep it here. Okay, so we have to put the SAP location. So SAP is already open in my system, so I'm just closing it. Okay, so we have given the location. So if you want, we can have a quick check. So rest of the fields are optional, so we will not put anything now, and we will quickly run and see whether bot is able to launch the SAP or not. Okay, before that, let me close. Okay, so this is giving some trouble. Okay, now I'm closing the SAP completely. So we can see here the SAP got open successfully. Now we need to click on the login button. Okay, so that we will do it. So let's put some delay. Just putting a 3 seconds of delay here, and we will use here a capture, which is a object cloning, which is available here. So I will just put it here. I will select the SAP, so you can get the window name is SAP Logon 760. If the application name is not available here, you have to do a refresh, then it will come automatically. So we have to look SAP Logon 760. So what I will do here, I will use a wildcard. Instead of 760, I will put a asterisk symbol because this can be changed. Okay, because I'm not sure in future maybe my SAP can upgrade. So in that case, it's better to keep asterisk symbol, but this SAP logon will be always there. I will click on the object, and now I will select this area. Okay, so now if you come down, you can see the property, the object properties already got generated. Okay, so here based on our requirement, we have to do a click. So once you do a click, it will open the SAP application. So let's test that also. Okay, So the SAP is open now. The next is we have to log in with the user ID and the password. Okay, so now before using the SAP, we have to see whether script recording and playback back option is enabled or not. So now I'm going to the Automation Anywhere now, and we will see. So I will just put here. Okay, now again I will use a capture, or we can use the, here you can use capture as well as the SAP commands also. For SAP we have the separate commands, so we can see here the set text and other information is available. So to use this SAP command, first you have to connect it. Okay, so I'm just putting a connection name as SAP, and we will select this connection type as automatic, and I will click on the save. So what it will do, it will create a connection between A2019 and the SAP. Okay, so we can perform the action which we need to do. So I will go ahead and click on the set text. So this set text, what it will do, it will allow us to put the informations like the username. Okay, to do that, we have to first put session name as SAP, and the file path is nothing but here you have to put the object ID. Okay, to get the object ID, we have to go to the SAP, and I will use a SAP recorder options to get that. So here you can see the file is going to save here. I'm just putting a different name. I will click on the record now, and here I will put username and the password. If I click enter, it will log in. Now I will stop it, and I will go to the script SAP report. Here we go. So if you edit it, you can see the option like the script is already got generated here. So where we can see the user ID and the password. So by seeing this information, you can understand this object property, or I can say the object ID is for the username, and this one is for the password. So let me copy this, and I'm going to the A2019. Here I will put, and username, basically currently we are reading going to read it from the XML file, which is basically a configuration file, but for the time being I'm just putting here. We will pass this also. Okay, after this we will again put the password. So I will go here, and I will put the password here, and I will click on the save. After giving the password and user ID, I want bot to press the enter to login. So to use the keystrokes inside the SAP, we have the send virtual key option. So if you drag it here in the body, you can see there are many options available, F2, F3. So for our requirement, we need to press the enter. So I will select that. Okay, so we are good now. Now what we are going to do, we will logged off, and we will test whether we are able to open SAP and log into the SAP or not. So we will run it from here. Okay, so we can see it logged in successfully. So it works fine now. Now, last thing, what I'm going to do here, whatever code we have developed today, so we are going to now see from the starting. Okay. Okay, so before closing this video, so let's talk about what we have done today. So today we have done we have started with the structure building. So basically we have created the master bot, and there we have started reading the data from the configuration file. Okay, and after that we have also created a subtask which is checking and creating the folder structure. Okay, and also we have done with the SAP logon part. Okay, so we have done these three things. Now the advantage of using this folder creation bot is, like, once your bot is ready in your development environment, and when you move your bot to any other environments like the UAT or a production, so that point of time, if you don't want to create folder structure manually, so you can run this code. So bot will automatically create your folder structure. So they're like, in case if you don't have the access to the folder where you want to create a folder, so no need to worry about that. So you have to run the code, and the bot will do everything on behalf of you. Okay, so that's all, like, from today's session. In our part 2 development, we will going with the more details. So there we will put some more checks, like checking the input file and other things. So there we will do a complete development from the Excel to the SAP part. Okay, and we will see how we can download the data from the SAP and put it into the template which we are using here. Okay, so yeah, so that's all from today's session. Okay, in case if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put in the comment section. So many people have requested me for this video. I know my previous video based on this SAP report generation was a very straightforward video. So the video which I have uploaded last time, the reason behind that was to just show you how the bot is running, or the how the real-time requirement project looks like. Okay, and now I'm going to do this development completely. So in our part 2, as I said, we will do many things, and probably in part 3 we will complete this development. Okay, so there we will have all the informations, like the exception handling and everything will be there at the end of this video series. So I hope you like this video and found this video informative. Okay, so in case if you have any query, you can mail us also at rpa.developers1@gmail.com. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and subscribe our channel to support us. Thank you very much.